Yes, people, big up to every single one of you in the house. 12th man's back. Let's Talk Ball is back. We've got a great panel. There's no Jamie today, but the regulars are here. We got George in the house. Cal is here. Halftime Hooks has literally just jumped on. We got Joe in the house too. Sava here. Wolfie. And of course, myself as host. And you know what? I'm looking forward to this show. It's been absolutely baking hot today. And I feel like this one could get a little bit heated as well. Hooks will be with us. He's just literally doing a be right back. Joe, at the moment, I don't know where he is, but I think he's with us. He was chatting to us. Now his camera.
I'm here, man. I'm here.
So
I've just got a call.
There we go. He's all good. He's all good.
I'm sorting out my camera. 2 minutes.
I think we're having problems. Literally, everybody has come on, has either lagged or has had Wi-Fi problems. So I don't know if it's one of them days, but you know. Maybe our Wi-Fi is all been put in by Daniel Levy. I don't know. Maybe. Let's see. Big up to everyone. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. Make sure that you're following every single one on these guys on their shows as well. They put out amazing content. So make sure that we are following them as well. I suppose I better start with George because, you know, look, Tottenham Hotspur, I was nearly in a head-loss moment last night when you went 2-0 up, thinking, how the hell can Chelsea and Spurs beat these and we can't? And I appreciate PSG had 6 days of training, but still, it's PSG, right? I've got to admit, I was really impressed with Spurs. I thought they were well drilled. I thought Thomas Frank did really well. I was massively impressed with Sarr. Thought he had an excellent game. I thought your back line looked good. I thought your fullbacks were good. And at 2-0, I thought it was pretty much done. I was ready to accept that Tottenham are going to win the Super Cup, and I was getting all the content prepared in stoppage time. And then Spurs, well, we're Spurs. And it all went wrong, George. Talk to me.
Yeah, man, just like you, I was getting prepared. I had a little anthem going in my chat, you know, Super Cup. I was singing that. I was getting ready. Like, I was all in there just prepared to see the win. But unfortunately, as it plays out, we saw how it did right at the end, the depth of the game. PSG get the equalizer. And I think that just shows for me the golfing quality between the teams ultimately. In the last 10 minutes, you have a team that's bringing on, you know, Kangin Lee, bringing on Fabian Ruiz, bringing on Giancarlo Ramos, 3 players that start at top-level teams in the Premier League, come off the bench, change the game for them, give them a different dynamic that they probably needed. Because when I was watching the game, when you look at the fluid 4 that they had at the front, none of them really gave us any threat. I'd say Barcola in the first half was okay. You know, he got past Danso a few times, but didn't actually create much from it. But that whole front four was, you know, what we were told was going to demolish, you know, score 5 or 6 goals against this Spurs defense because everyone laughed at us. Everyone said we had no chance. And you know what, for me, I take positives from the game. I can take positives from the performance. Like you pointed out, Thomas Frank set us up in a really good way, had us strong defensively, really resolute at the back. And I'm just happy, you know, I'm happy with the performance. Obviously, the result is it's a massive clanger right at the end, isn't it? Like there's no looking away from that. It was a bit Spursy, but I'll be honest, like the expectation and my expectation going into the game is I always felt that we wouldn't beat PSG in the 90 minutes. I knew that PSG had that attack where they could always create something, you know, and something from nothing's always there. I predicted a 1-1, end up being 2-2. And you know what, like the way that we actually played, there's so many things to look at and be like, do you know what? The midfield class, Sarr, selection headache. He looked amazing yesterday. Bentancur and Paulinho, that midfield duo, proper sixes. Now the midfield looks a lot better. But the biggest thing is just, it's clear to see Spurs need a creator. Spurs need somebody that can hold on to that ball in those forward positions. If we had somebody in Richarlison's role who could just hold up the ball for that extra 5 or 6 seconds at times, I think it probably would have helped us and maybe able to create a few more chances where we actually kill PSG. Because I'll be honest, I smelt blood. I felt like we could have had 3. We definitely could have had 3. The way that we pressed them, they were really uncomfortable for that first 60 minutes. Really uncomfortable. They didn't expect anything that came their way. You could put your hand down, Hooks, because it's going to be a long time before you get to say anything. We're going to the Spurs fans, you know. But more than anything, yeah, man, look, PSG won the game. We didn't get the job done, but a lot of positives for us to take. And although it was Spursy, a really positive start from Thomas Frank's first official game in the Spurs shirt. So yeah, Arsenal fan again. I really won't take nothing from Arsenal fans in this one because you aren't in this position. You got to win a trophy to get into this competition. Something you wouldn't know. It's something you wouldn't know what to do. I hear a gal mention a Super Cup you was in 30 years ago, bro. This is how bad it is. You have to mention stuff that happened over 30 years ago when a lot of this panel was still babies. It's still in school. This is what's going on. Like, it's crazy stuff. So, yeah, man, look, is what it is. You lot can have your banter, but I'm proud of the boys. Proud of the boys.
Well, look, I was going to go to Sava next, but, Hooks is like dying to get in. So what you got, bro?
I'll be ever so quick, but just notice how George started to attack me and Arsenal in like some sort of self-defense because he thought I was going to say a mad thing. It's not good to be insecure. I let you do your thing. I didn't interrupt, so you won't interrupt me. Yeah, fair play. Great, bros. Hear it. So, people that know me know that I run this little rhetoric about how Spurs are Arsenal's little bros, and when we get the nice jacket, they never wanted it, but then they see us in it, and then they go to mum, hey, mum, I really want a new jacket now. You know the settings, yeah? So I just have a question, yeah? Is there any concern about the reliance, some might say over-reliance, on set pieces to score goals?
Set Piece FC, give us the name. I don't mind. Yeah, we'll be Set Piece FC if that's what makes it. Like, yes, we're Set Piece FC. Wow. Like,
I don't want to troll you.
I don't know. Like, yes, I'm happy my team scored set pieces. If you actually look at the stats across the last couple of seasons, Spurs do have higher set piece number goals, but it just went higher. This with Thomas Frank. So the game plan worked. And we scored set pieces. It's not a cause for concern. No, it's not concern. It's another way of scoring goals, and we look dangerous at doing it.
Is it? No. Oh, it's another way of scoring goals. Okay. Cool. Hey, so like I said, I'll be quick. It's fine. Go on. Yeah, you can go back.
Wait. Was that all right, Hooks, when Arsenal were doing it last season?
Oh, I will be. I didn't want to go there.
The point he's making, though, innit? That's the point.
I didn't want to go there.
I don't care. I
know, Joe. I'm just helping him.
We're talking about this season. They're talking about last season. It's madness. Like, I don't care.
I want to go there.
Whatever you want to say about last season.
I didn't go there. Wolfie went there.
Wolfie said he was going to finish above Arsenal last season. I mean, we're all saying things, weren't we? We were all saying things.
Oh, we're not talking about last season now. Yeah.
Oh no, but we're not. Oh, do you want to talk about last season or do you not?
No, it's fine. It's fine. Champions of Europe and all that you were saying. You know what I mean? Champions of Europe. You still champions of Europe, George? You still champions of Europe?
Yeah, I was going to let Sava have his thoughts, and it's not.
All right,
There's two Spurs fans,
Well, look, Sava. Me and you spoke a bit about where Spurs have gone in the last few weeks under Frank, and it's been kind of chalk and cheese and night and day since Ange. I would agree with that. I think the style of play is definitely there. I've seen some Spurs fans saying we should have kept Ange because he wins stuff and Frank doesn't. What is your fan base all about, man? Come on, talk to me.
As I said, it's 2025. People need right nowism. I think you've got to be some sort of young, dumb, or stupid to not understand that Thomas Frank has picked up a colossal mess of a football club. And the Europa League papered over that. 26 defeats in a season. We couldn't defend. We let in a lot of goals. And you can see straight away this man has sorted that out. This man has come in and he's had one competitive game, Dan. Like all the others are pre-season friendly. He's had one competitive game against the champions of Europe. We've drawn 2-2 against them. And then because we didn't win it in the end on penalties, everyone going on like, gutted. Gutted about what? Most people thought we were going to get beaten 4 or 5-0. Listen, I'll say what I said, Dan. I said this all week on my channel. I said this on any channel I've been on. Whether Spurs win yesterday or not isn't the concern to me because it doesn't actually mean anything for our season. The concern to me more is, could Thomas Frank adapt? That's the reason we wanted him. We wanted a coach that can adapt. He turns up yesterday against PSG. We go to 3 at the back. Yeah, my manager can adapt, right? We kept Barco. Listen, again, yeah, PSG only been in training for 6 days. Again, we can't help that, right? I'm surprised we even got 2 goals. I mean, I don't care for all this backwards and forwards about set pieces and that at the moment. That's what we've got to rely on because we haven't got any creativity. At the moment, we don't have a playmaker. At the moment, we've got Richarlison up front. We're going to need to rely on set pieces to get some goals until we get in, hopefully Eze and hopefully Savio, but I'm sure we'll talk about that later. So for me, I'm just really pleased that I saw something very different. It was night and day. It's not a big drama. I know for the purposes of YouTube and for whatever Wolfie's about to say, it's a huge drama that Spurs didn't beat PSG. for me, I think I've seen George say it today, it's not this huge drama we think it is. And I'll say this to you, you can put your hand down. Like what George says, just put your hand down. It's okay. We're not at school.
I'm just being polite.
If I had offered to every Spurs fan yesterday, so we're going to draw this game and take it to penalties, I mean, 90% of that fan base are going to say yes, right? This is man for man. Our team has nothing on theirs. Man for man, absolutely nothing. We looked at that front four, Barcola, Doué, Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, and we kept it quiet for so long. Problem is, when we had to go to our bench, because Frank has said Paulinho has only played like an hour of football. It's so off-putting, him just nodding with his hand up. Paulinho, it's just like I just see like the Churchill dog in the corner.
Nodding dog.
Paulinho has played an hour of football in 6 months. So Frank said he was never going to play the 90.
Let's be honest, Sava. Both benches completely changed the game for me. Both benches.
That's my point. When we had to make subs, Dan, the players we're bringing on, they're just not at that caliber. Archie Gray, Bergfeld. For me, again, everyone's gone way too early.
Having this Archie Gray slander, man. What are you talking about?
No slander. just not at this level. For me, I've said it. I've said it all year. I think this boy should be going out on loan somewhere and getting 46 games at the top end of the Championship or the Premier League to play week in, week out. But listen, I don't think it's a drama. It's Saturday. We need to be ready for Saturday, and the board need to back this guy now, Dan. You saw the squad last night. The board have to back him. We ain't got a playmaker. We've got one good winger, Kudus, so they've got to back him. And at the moment, he's 5 or 6 friendlies into his tenure, and everyone's losing their mind. I'm honestly gobsmacked by the intelligence levels of some football fans. It's worrying, really worrying.
I agree with you, Saba. It's very worrying. I think you played very well. I think you deserve to win. I just throw that out there. That's me being. Hey, if anyone that thinks I'm trolling, you can check my tweets right after the game. I genuinely believe that you deserve to win. But I just want to ask you a question based off of something you said. Yeah. So you said something along the lines of you're happy that your manager adapted. So something about adapting. Can it be classed as adapting if this is just how Frank plays?
But it's not.
He plays with a back five. No, did not.
No. Last year, most of his games were a 4-2-3-1 with a double pivot. What he does is, for some of the big games, when he knows that he's going to be outclassed with quality, he goes to the three at the back and he chokes the other team, makes it difficult. And I'm here for that. I'm absolutely here for that. It's better than getting whacked up 6-3 by Liverpool, then 4-0 by Liverpool, then 2-0 by Chelsea, then 3-1. Do you know what I mean? Listen, I'm happy the direction we're going in. If anyone wants to find negatives in that, that's on them. But I'm happy with the direction. But we need players.
And do you know why else it was a Thomas Frank masterclass, Sava, as well? Is because he done the thing that I've seen so many fans complain in preseason, go, oh, why are they showing our set piece tactic? Why are they testing this out? He never once went the back three in pre-season. He never once showed PSG that we can play a back five. So he caught them off guard. He showed them something that wasn't expected with this Tottenham team. They would have expected us to go over 4-3-3 because that's how all of our pre-season games have lined up. So I liked what he done. I liked that he acknowledged that there was needed a change. And yeah, man, big up Guna boy.
Hey, Guna boy.
Shout out to all the international fans as well, man. Just want to say that before I carry on.
Jeez, I see that last night, man. I'm like, Lee, I love you.
I'll tell you now.
What are you doing?
That made my night. I didn't even care about the
That was hilarious, man.
That was a serious cooking you got there last night.
Listen, man, that was a lovely life, mate. I was coming back from the old out with the missus, so yeah, it was a good night still.
Listen, thanks for jumping on. We're good, man.
Nah, it's cool, man.
How are you, Lee? Are you okay, bro?
Don't talk to me.
That's nice. That's a nice welcome, Cal, isn't it? That's a nice
I'm here
welcome.
for Wolfie. I'm here for Sava. I'm here for Joe. I'm here for George. I'm here for my guy. Everyone else, man. I'm here for Hooks. I'm here for my guy Dan. But you.
But listen, before I come to Wolfie, Joe, Cal, obviously last night was a madness. If I'm honest, I didn't expect Spurs to be turning up like that. And I appreciate that people will say it's PSG that are knackered. And I had a few Arsenal fans telling me to calm down because PSG are half fit and all this rubbish. But let's be real. I think Tottenham deserved a lot of praise, to be fair. And I know it's funny that they lost and I can sit there and laugh. But at the same time, do you think Tottenham could be a problem this season, Joe?
Yeah, why not? I rate Frank. I rate Thomas Frank. He's a good manager. I think maybe he's got a reputation as being very defensive, which isn't the case because his Brentford team in the Championship never was. They were one of the top sides, and they could. I think Sava's got it bang on. He will adjust it depending on who his opponent is. Right? It's about winning first, as opposed to we're going to have this set style and we're going to do Plan A, and if that don't work, we'll do Plan A better. He will be tactically flexible in game as well, which is we see a lot more now. That's why maybe some of the managers don't work as well as they used to. That constant merry-go-round, because it is all about being tactically flexible. Managers like Iriola and stuff, that's why they're coming to the fore. So I don't see why not, mate. And I've been quite impressed with the business so far as well. Yes, for time. Listen, I was willing him on when it was 2-0. I was thinking, go on, man. But it wasn't to be. But, getting that first trophy over the line, the Europa League, will stand him in good stead for this season. I think he's got a good squad. Obviously, they're missing a few bits, but yeah, I'm excited by them. So much so, I've got two. Who would have thought? Yeah, I've stuck 2 defenders from Spurs in my fantasy prem, which I wouldn't have done last season. Do you know what I mean? So Van der Ven and Porro are going to be doing bits for me this season.
So did I, Joe. So did I, mate. I'm no joke. So did I.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, look, Thomas Frank has definitely built something already that has installed some form of well-drilled, tactically gifted couple of games that I've seen. I mean, obviously, I watched them against Arsenal and I saw them against PSG thinking, yeah, do you know what? Kudus looks good. Sarr looks brilliant. Defensively, they look pretty sound. They've obviously got 2 good centre-halves. It was just that Ange didn't want to try to utilise the back four at any stage. It was just go forward, go forward, go forward and get caught all the time. So it wasn't going to change. But Thomas Frank, I think, as you rate him or not, he was always going to come in and do. We knew what he was going to be like. I'm not shocked by this. I don't look at this and go, "How is Frank doing this?" Like, I didn't rate him. I always rated him. I always thought he was a good manager at what he did at Brentford. But what do you think, Carl? Spurs?
I was just going to say what you said. I'm not that shocked by what Tottenham are doing because I do rate Frank, and I think he's a manager that's kind of gone under the radar a little bit. It's weird because I think if Frank came from a European club, I think he'd be given a lot more praise than he's been given because he's come from Brentford. I think people are downplaying the move. I think he's a very, very good manager. I'm not saying that Tottenham are going to hit the ground running and be that top team straight away because it's going to take time. As George and Saba both said, it's going to take some more signings, which I don't think they'll be able to get over the line between now and the end of the window. But he's not been brought in for short term. He's been brought in. No, you need a lot of players.
Getting over the line.
I reckon you need about 5 players though for that squad. And I don't think you'll get 5 between now and the end of the window. But like, I don't think that's a big problem because you're not expected to win the league. You're not expected to win the Champions League. So the fact that you have got that hood off your back with not winning a trophy for such a long time, I think that will actually help him and give him a little bit more time with the fans and grace period. Well, I hope it does for your sake anyway, because I do think he's a good manager. And I think he proved it last night. PSG, they've beat Liverpool, they beat Arsenal. Chelsea beat them. Now they're beating Spurs. We know PSG are a top quality team, but Tottenham went toe-to-toe pretty much yesterday and looked really good doing it. And if that's the case after a couple of months with him being with the squad, then the future could potentially be bright for them.
Yeah, look, I've got to be honest. Look, everyone's been fairly nice on this stream so far about Tottenham. Wolfie, over to you, mate.
Honestly, you lot are sickening. You really are. Like, what am I hearing about Spurs can do this, Spurs can do that? I'm not surprised either. Nothing to do with Frank. That's what I expect from Spurs. This whole thing, Spurs played well, fantastic, brilliant. But let's break it down. You had to hold out 5 minutes with a 2-goal lead. Most managers should be able to figure out how to do that.
It's actually Wolf. If you're going to say, actually, at least make sure
you want to bring in injury time. Bring in injury time. If it makes you feel better, George, bring injury time.
You love to correct other people. I just want to.
Hold on. All right. How long did you have to hold out for when with 1 goal to go?
But hold on, Wolfie. Does credit not go to Luis Enrique for making the changes with Kang and and Goncalo Ramos. Surely he has to get some credit.
Luis Enrique just looked at it and thought, I don't even think he had to do anything. I think the players just looked at each other and they said, what did Fergie say about Spurs again? Lads, it's Spurs.
Do you know, this
and
is
just brought them to life.
I'm gonna just leave Wolfie to go.
I'm sorry, but August they played well. They did
to get there. Did you expect them to get to the extra time? I mean, not the extra time penalties. Did you expect that?
Spurs.
No, yeah. Did you expect Spurs to get to extra time?
I don't care if I had no opinion on the game, man. I was just enjoying watching my brothers tears.
So
I don't care if I expect. You know what I expect, Lee? I expect any team, any Premier League team, with whatever minutes was left, whatever George has got his stopwatch on, to be able to hold out 2 goals. How about hold out 1 goal? How long was left when you were still on ahead?
No, but Wolfie, look, I do think there's a little bit too much loving given to Spurs for what happened yesterday, because it was 6 days that they've actually trained for, but objectively, look, you look at the game for what it was yesterday, and as an Arsenal fan or whatever it is that you people want to label me as, you look at that and you see the team, and they look good. They had a good setup. They looked to be, well structured. Richarlison looked fantastic yesterday. You have to say what it is, and he's not had a performance like that in 3 years? Dare I say 3 years?
Lee, bro, have you been on holiday for the summer? Have you been drinking? Like, what you doing here?
I have been on holiday, but that's got nothing to do with it. I'm looking at the game yesterday.
Let's be straight here, right?
Wait, Sava, did he not look good yesterday? Is that the best game he's
played? It doesn't matter, Lee. It don't matter.
Lee, can I be honest, Lee? That's the best I've seen Spurs look for about 3 or 4 years.
But there you go. So all I'm saying is objective. I'm just looking at it.
Yeah, Lee. The problem is you've got people like
still confused about.
All he can say is you still lost. I told you. Like playground debating. There's no, like, if you were going to have an adult conversation, did Spurs look better yesterday than we have for a long time? The answer is yes. Should we have held on?
That's all well and good in a league match, Sava, but this is a final. Any team will happily play shit in a final as long as they win. This is a final.
When was the last time you played in a final? Answer the question for me. Just answer the question for me.
You don't answer the question for me. The only 2 people allowed to talk right now, George, and me and Cal. Me and Cal are the only 2 on here who are allowed to talk about this, right? You can't talk. Why? Cal, do you have a Super Cup?
When was the last time?
Wolfie, I'm not going to lie, bro. I'm just here enjoying the show. I don't really want to be drawn into no beef.
I'm just saying, Cal.
When was the last time you was in a final?
They should be thanking us for being on this show.
No, but Wolfie,
there's
answer my
the
question.
elite levels. There's the elite levels here.
When was the last time you was in a final? When was the last time you was in a final?
When was the last time you won a Super Cup final?
Answer the question,
when was the last time? George, you had 20 minutes at the start with your monologue, sucking off Thomas Frank and how well you played and everything, right?
Doing this round
it's not time for your questions now. You had time for your questions there. How about if you want to ask me a question? How about if you want to ask me a question? Ask me, have I won the Super Cup?
I don't want to.
Yeah, because you don't like the answer. That's why you don't want to ask it. Right?
When did you
ask you a specific question? When you answered another question,
played well or not,
you cannot
they lost.
Tell me about finals. You can't talk about finals, something that you've not been in for probably 20.
Yeah, I could talk to you about how to win.
Last time you was in a final, you're probably in school, bro. So I don't know. You will know what you're doing. And talk to me in the last 10 minutes. You need to do this. You don't know what you need to do in the last 10 minutes. You couldn't even analyze a game when you was in a final.
And he thinks that's winning it. Yeah,
you can talk. What you should be doing is advise some championship teams how they can get promoted, and that's all you can do. That's all.
No, George. When it comes I can advise you about Super Cups, George. No, I can advise you about Super Cups.
You wasn't there. You wasn't even born. So how are you going to advise us?
Have you won a Super Cup, George? Have you got that trophy? Yeah. Are you champions of Europe, George? Are you champions of Europe? Yeah. Know the levels to this game.
Crazy.
Know the levels to this game, George.
You're flexing Super Cups when Michael Jackson was black. It's crazy. It's crazy.
You can't flex one when he was black, white, or orange, bro. You can't flex one. You got the whole.
Dan, can I try and bring this back to Dan? Can I try and bring this back to some mature conversation?
I just want to know who Gunali supports. Because he said he doesn't want to be labelled as Arsenal.
I didn't say that. I said whatever people like to label me as. I didn't say that.
What would you like to label?
Okay, they like to label you as an Arsenal fan.
What would you like to label?
Listen. Until people start paying my bills, don't ask me questions. How about that one? How about that one?
Let me get Sava to come in, man.
Don't ask me questions until you start paying my bills.
Dan, the problem here is when you put all of the
Shocking behaviour.
When you put all of the silly trying to, competitions, my dad's bigger than yours. When you put all of that nonsense to the side, because that is just purely for YouTube theatre, and we all know it, right? When you put that to the side, as a Spurs fan, I don't care what other fans say. I know that what I'm seeing right now is just so different to what I've seen for years and years at Spurs. If we're gonna go so micro instead of macro that we have to concentrate on one Super Cup final, fine, we can do that. We blew a 2-goal lead, sure, right? Most of us thought we were going to get battered. I was shocked we were 2-0 up, if I'm brutally honest. And at 20 minutes in my watch along, I turned around and said, this is going to be a long 20 minutes because teams like that don't just sit there and die. They come at you. They bring on better players. The better thing for me is I listened to what Glenn Hoddle was saying, right? And Glenn Hoddle was turning around and going, he said, this is chalk and cheese. He said, Spurs are chalk and cheese. He said, they're actually drilled. They're actually good at the back. You're actually building partnerships. The players are throwing bodies on the line. He said they've mastered the art of if the first man misses it, the second man blocks it. That's what I care. I don't care about someone just trying to, I don't care about somebody trying to tell me, oh, tears this, tears that.
But Sam, I will say though, he is very pro Tottenham. So anything you lot do,
but Lee, he wasn't last year. No,
shit gold. No. But listen, again, I'm not here to rain on your parade. I feel like there's a lot to be. Yeah, no.
Really, there's no parade. But listen,
okay, no, fair enough. I'm not here to shit on you lot. I'm not here to shit on you lot because I think you lot had deserved some level of praise. I'm just talking about him as a person. If you lot shat, it would be gold in his opinion. So, like, that's all I'm.
No, but this isn't true. Again, this isn't true. So, Hoddle was someone that was very critical of Ange Postecoglou and the way we played. And this is what he was saying yesterday was, this is a drilled team. This is a team that are going in the right direction. I think when people are mocking us, not you, not saying you, Evely, when people are mocking us, this is that manager's first competitive game at the club. And he's getting mocked by rival fans. I just find it all a little bit childish. I find it really, I'm not sitting here saying we're amazing. I actually think right now that Spurs will finish 7th or 8th. As it stands, if the window shut right now, we're 7th and 8th. I'm not sitting here saying we're amazing, but it's this notion that you can never say anything nice about another team that just escapes people like the man next to me, and it's.
But I do think a lot of people they're not mocking Tottenham. They're just mocking the way that you lost the game. Like even if you look at it from the sense
no, he's not. No.
Yes, I am.
No, not Wolfie.
Yes, I am.
I'm talking about. I think like people online. I think loads of people have given credit. I saw loads of Arsenal fans. I saw loads of Chelsea fans giving credit. I just think it's just the way that you ended up losing. I even forgot that you were 2-0 up in the penalty shootout and you still obviously went on to lose. I don't think people are mocking Tottenham. As I said, I think
how can you be 2-0 up in the penalty shootout if they haven't taken their second penalty yet?
This is the scoreline said 2 and there's said 0.
But they didn't hit their second penalty yet, so it's just semantics. What are we doing?
No, at the time,
so you go 1-0 up in the penalty shootout.
Actually, you were 2-0 up.
Penalty.
What are we doing actually, listen, you had a 2 penalty lead until they obviously
a 1-goal advantage.
No, until they were about to take their second penalty.
2-0 is 1, is it?
Yeah, until they were about to take their second penalty, you were 2-0 up in the 20. Listen, as I said, George, I'm not here to mock. I don't actually care about that right now. I'm just saying, ultimately, I think that Spurs looked really good yesterday. I thought that Danso looked excellent. I thought Richarlison looked good. I thought your keeper looked like he didn't seem to flap as much. I thought Romero, that was an absolute captain's performance. I think there were many good things about that performance yesterday. Like I don't really have a problem. It was just funny the way that you ended up losing the game. Like that was just it. But
I get that. But as I said, Spurs winning the Super Cup final or not for me has no bearing on the season. It's a lovely thing to say we won it, but for me, I want to know that we're ready for Burnley. That's my key here is that we're ready for Burnley. And unfortunately, when you look at the squad that Thomas Frank had to go into last night's game with, I think what he did with that squad was absolutely brilliant. But you've got to remember, Lee, we've got no good strikers. We've got no playmaker at the moment. Yeah. We've got one good right winger. I'm just amazed we were even in the game. So
I agree.
I'm not going to complain.
He's been there for 2 months. He's been there for 2 months. Why is this board of yours not moving, man? Like
We are
you got
moving
this week,
when
aren't we? We're
Paulinho
moving
came
now.
off yesterday.
We are
When
moving.
Paulinho came off yesterday, that midfield got shot. When Kudos came off, there was no strength up front, man. He was moving good. You move that, gone. The midfield went, and then we're 3 days away from the start of Premier League. Okay, you've got Burnley, but if this window does shut today, like you said, you are so far from ready, man. That
You're telling us
midfield,
we
without
know
Paulinho
that,
is dead.
Wolfie, but
So
like,
if you know that,
really,
Wolfie,
like,
if
and
you
the thing
know
is,
that,
Wolfie, it's like,
and you're still
Wolfie, you've
mocking
had many
yesterday,
conversations.
that
This is
doesn't
what I
make
don't get
sense.
as well, Sava, because
Of
Wolfie
course I'm
joined our
gonna
show
mock
the other day.
yesterday.
Wolfie,
You had
you've
the
had many
2-goal lead
conversations.
twice.
But Wolfie, you've had so many conversations with myself, Sava, to know that we're not happy with the window. So it's you're pointing out the obvious.
Where
We
did
all
I
know
say
that
you
we
were
just
happy,
don't-
George? Where did I
No,
say
because
you were
you're
happy?
saying,
Sorry,
oh, if the
Wolfie,
window
Wolfie,
closed now,
is there any team that's ready, Wolfie?
Liverpool.
What do you mean? Liverpool? Are you crazy? Look,
No, we're not.
hold
No,
on.
we're not fully ready yet. We're
Yes,
not
you
fully
better
ready.
be with
Almost,
160 million
Yeah,
pounds.
but Cal, there's ready
You
and
better
then
be with
there's
160
completely
million pounds.
unprepared. Right, we are completely
You say,
unprepared.
I better be or we better be, Lee. Sorry, I didn't catch.
Let me get back to you. Let me get back to you. Let me get back to you.
Hey, okay, Scouse Lee, I hear it. Right, cool,
No, I'm
Scouse
joking,
Lee.
man. No, but seriously, no. But listen, man. As I said, yeah. Look, Sam,
Liverpool
sorry, take it
lead,
away.
double L. It's making sense
Yeah,
now.
Liverpool.
Hey,
It's
Sorry,
making
Sam,
Liverpool
take it
sense.
away, man.
He's rebranded. He's not Gooner
Nah,
Boy.
nah,
It's
nah.
Liverpool League,
Liverpool
yeah.
League.
Listen, man. You know what it is, man. It's
Oh, that's why it's double L on his thing.
change the teams like my boxes, mate. But anyway, Sam, take it away, man. Take it away. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, listen, I'm good with it. I'm good. As I said, my main concern was not last night. That's great for banter. My main concern is, are we going to get players in between now and the end of the window? Because, like to Callum's point, I'm not saying every other club is 100% done, but Spurs are like, our transfer window's at about 40%, and the league starts in 2 days. So I'm just amazed that he managed to get 2-0 up against.
Sorry, Sammy. This is what I'm saying though. Like, and again, I'm not a Tottenham fan, so I'm not a Tottenham fan. But you say you're 40% away, but Sammy, you had so much more work to do than other clubs. You were never going to get your squad to be 100%. So for me, it's kind of getting it to a point where you know that if your expectation is to finish in top 6, getting your squad ready for a push to top 6 as opposed to getting your squad so perfect that it can challenge for the league. So again, I'm only looking at this from an outside perspective, but I don't think you should be that down in the dumps about it.
Mate, I'm not. Listen, Eze and Savio, yeah, if those 2 deals do get done, that's exactly what you said there. Now I think we're a 6th. Can we possibly get the 5th place Champions League spot? But without those 2 players, Cal, at the moment, this squad is not a squad that I think is going to be.
You need a striker, bro. Richarlison worked hard, but he's shit. Solanke, when he came on, wasn't really pressing the way Richarlison was.
Solanke's not played.
Solanke just come back from injury.
All right, forget injury or not. Solanke's shit. Let's talk straight here.
All right, no. But you said he wasn't pressing. So if you're gonna say something, if you look at his running stats last season, he's probably.
Am I wrong to say he wasn't pressing? Am I wrong to say he didn't press?
Because he just come back from injuries, and quite frankly, he came on in a game state where he wasn't asked to press high up the pitch like Richarlison would. It was
press high up the pitch to press.
Bro, the job, he wasn't asked to come on and start pressing all the players. We was at that point very compact. We were just trying to get low, and it was just
Richarlison was pressed until he came off. What are you talking about?
Bro, the game state completely changed after those substitutions. You do know that. When Richarlison come off, when Archie Gray came on the pitch, it was now settled that Tottenham are going to be very defensive.
Crap, no offense, Joe.
Very defensive. So when we're looking at what we wanted from Solanke, we want him to hold up the ball. He didn't do anything. It wasn't a good sub, but he just come back from injury. So I'm not going to kill the guy. He's just first game back from injury.
All right, don't even look at the game individually. Richarlison and Solanke, are they good enough?
No, we need another option. But I'm not being funny. If we're going to focus our funds on a 10 and a left winger, we're obviously not going to go sign a striker as well because we've already signed Kudus. So we've got 3 attackers that potentially are being signed at 60 million pounds each, so nearly a new 200 million pound attack in that sense.
And that's why
I don't expect my team to go get a striker. And quite frankly, I'm quite confident that Solanke will score the goals that we need. 15 plus goals next season. He'll score that when he's in the system. Plus. Yes, he'll score more goals than the strikers in your team. We don't need to have this conversation, Wolfie. Like, again, Solanke will do his job. And you're saying 15 plus like it's a poor number. 15 is a good number for a player like him.
No, I'm saying 15 is a big number. You think he gets to 15?
Yes. He got 16 in all competitions last season. He got 9 in
How many in the league?
He got 9 in the league in a system that was not set up or created for
But George,
strikers
this
to-
is the
to
thing.
perform.
George, this
So
is
he'll
the
get
thing.
15 plus.
Wolfie knows this. See, when Wolfie gives me the whole banter about you can't believe you guys sacked Ange, again, it's another player that he couldn't get the best out of. So in Thomas Frank's system, Solanke will. By the way, I don't think Solanke's good enough. I want much better strikers, but he will do better. That's just Cal's made it right. Spurs aren't going to go in this window and get 7 brand new first team players. It's not going to happen. But we can get 4. We're 2 there. We need 2 to go, and then we go again the next windows. And you've got to build like that. We're not City. We're not Chelsea. We're not Liverpool. We've got to, I think we've got to understand who we are. So I think the striker is a nice to have, but the must is the left winger and a playmaker, George. I think we agree, right? We've got nothing on the left and we've got no playmaker. So
Well, just United by a whole
I think everyone's just completely flying over the fact that was the biggest game that Thomas Frank has ever coached, and his first ever game coaching in a European competition, and he put in a very good account of himself.
And then shut the bed.
For him to coach the first ever Super Cup against PSG, that's crazy. I'm sorry, it's annoying, but you'll be fine. Like, if you lot actually do with Frank what Arsenal did with Arteta and just give him time, no pressure on his back about.
And resources. He needs resources as well.
Resources, yeah. But if you just give him that, you get me, Frank, you're the guy, we're going to back you, go run with your thing, we'll support you. You, man, the amount of money that you make from like go-karting and NFL and all them things there, Beyonce, you'll be fine, man.
Well, can we talk about the Eze thing, man? Because it's a nice little segue into Arsenal section as well, because I don't want to be on Spurs all show, but obviously Eze and Spurs are linked massively. Clearly want him. Arsenal definitely want him. But I don't know if people do believe that this Indy Kayla guy, whatever people are talking about at the moment, I don't even know if I've said his name right. He's apparently said a couple of hours ago that Arsenal want the Champions League winner to join the club. Arsenal has reached out to Palace regarding Eze, who's holding talks with Spurs. They made their request to Eze a few days ago, as exclusively reported by us, but now they're going to go straight to Palace. Palace are scratching their heads, wondering why Arsenal haven't put in a bid yet. It's a bit of a mess, honestly. They're confused about the whole situation. Arsenal have the budget for Eze, and they don't need to sell anyone. So what's the hold-up? We can confirm that they're waiting on their first-choice target, which is Rodrygo. Now, I don't know how reliable that is, by the way. People are saying this guy's taken over Ornstein and all this stuff. I've no idea who's reliable. I'll let people decide that. But I am totally confused about this Eze situation. Now, George wants to say I need to hold it L. Because they're not going to get. Like I said, that Eze won't go to Spurs. I still don't think. that Eze will go to Spurs if there's a choice of Arsenal. Right now, if he goes to Spurs, I truly believe it's because Arsenal don't want him. I don't think there's anyone on the panel that believes that Eze would choose Tottenham over Arsenal, unless maybe George thinks that they would.
I just don't like. No, but this is the thing, and this is what's so funny as Arsenal fans is you're painting the narrative that if we don't get him, it's because we don't want him. But when Spurs sign him, it's I'm gonna tell you that he rejected you. We're gonna go no, he didn't. But what? Because you say that you didn't want him is because you didn't bid for him. But this whole time you had 5 or 6 weeks to run at him. We've been hearing that he wants Arsenal.
We clearly don't want him, though, do we, George? We clearly don't want him. I was hearing
from Hooks. You was telling me, no, bro. It's just a matter of time. This deal is all done. Personal terms are done.
I still think he's
waiting
coming
for the deal to be triggered.
Wait, personal terms. Personal terms are done.
Arsenal fans are alluding to the fact that it's a done deal, but it's now coming out from you. You're going from Indicalia. I don't care what Indicalia says.
You can go from Fabrizio Romano.
Fabrizio said he's chose Tottenham. He was keen to join Tottenham right now.
He didn't say Tottenham.
Did he say he's chose Tottenham? Did he say he's chose Tottenham?
It's literally come out in his YouTube video earlier today. The reports were him saying that he chose Tottenham or
once.
He's chosen Tottenham over Arsenal.
Once chose, whatever it is. Tottenham is the team.
He once chose, whatever it is. One is very different from chose.
Exactly.
Yeah. Whatever.
Wait, but answer the question,
George.
George.
Semantics now, Hooks.
No, let's do
the you can't quote people correctly, can you, bro? You can't quote people correctly. Sometimes just
wait, George. In a straight up shootout, does Eze choose Arsenal or Spurs in your opinion? Same salary, same whatever. Who does he choose?
Right now, he chooses Tottenham. He chooses Tottenham. It's a better opportunity for him. He's not going to Arsenal to be a backup for Odegaard or go play on the left wing. He's a number 10. He wants to play in the 10. He's a player that wants to have a team built around him. He's a player
You're
who's
shameless. You're shameless.
the focal point. He's not going to Arsenal to compete with Odegaard. I'm sorry, he's just not going to do it. Odegaard's their captain. He's the one that's playing in the 10. He's not going to Arsenal to be a left winger. They've signed a left winger, Madueke. So we know that he's not going to Arsenal to be a backup. He knows his role, man.
This is where Durag Diaries gets exposed. So then why did Fabrizio Romano tweet a while ago that Eze's already spoken with Arteta? He understands the vision and the project, and he sees Arsenal as part of his future. Why would he say that if he doesn't want to compete with Odegaard?
Okay, but how long was a while ago?
Okay, then.
Oh, how long was a while? You didn't answer my question.
Okay,
how
then.
long was a while ago?
But it don't matter how long a while ago.
It does. It does. How long was a while ago?
Like a month ago? I don't know.
A month ago. Okay, so as a man, have you never?
Eze doesn't want to compete with Odegaard.
I'm only who, man.
Eze doesn't want to compete with Odegaard, no. But Eze doesn't want to compete with Odegaard.
Eze has changed his mind. Arsenal have sat on the sidelines, made him seem like a second choice for the past month. And he's chosen and said, I don't want to go Arsenal. Why am I going to go to Arsenal if I've been on the second choice for a month? He doesn't want to go to your club. He can change his mind, you know, because you do realize his mind's changed and he now wants Tottenham. That's what it is. Eze, look, this is what Fabrizio said. Eze's making it clear to Crystal Palace he wants to join Tottenham. He wants to join Tottenham. That was
where is Arsenal mentioned in that statement? Out of interest.
Nowhere. That's the point. He wants to join Tottenham.
Yeah, that is the point. That is the point. If he had said he wants Spurs and does not want Arsenal, or he wants Spurs over Arsenal, you have an argument. Arsenal are not mentioned. Does that mean he's rejecting Man City? Does that mean he's rejecting Real Madrid?
Can I jump in? Yeah. Either way, whichever way you look at it, if Spurs get Eze and Arsenal don't get Rodrygo, regardless of if Arsenal were in for him or not, it's not a good look.
It's not.
Agreed.
It's not a good look.
Agreed.
Because if you don't get Rodrygo, then where do you go if Eze has already gone to Spurs? And then regardless of if you're in for him or not, you know, I'm not an Arsenal fan, but you'll be saying, why didn't we fucking go get Eze?
Like, be all right. They'll have Noni left wing.
That's
Which is what me and Joe have been saying the whole time.
It's terrible. If that happens, it's terrible. I mean, I have no faith in anything at Arsenal under the Cronkies personally, but some people are telling me it's a goosebump summer. I'm still waiting for the goosebumps, if I'm honest, because as much as I like Gyökeres and as much as I like Zubimendi, I ain't got goosebumps yet, trust me. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. I don't think that Eze is definitely guaranteed to go to Spurs. I understand what George is saying. Romano has said that he's keen on the move, but he's basically should say he's keen on a move away from Palace, because I think he'd go, if I'm honest, to Chelsea, Spurs, Arsenal, anyone in the Champions League. That's my honest opinion. So I think Eze wants to move. That's clear. He's gone and done brilliant stuff. He's now won trophies at Palace. I think it's the right time for him and the right age to go. But I'm with Joe. If we leave this and go, we don't want Eze anymore. We're going for Rodrygo. We believe in Ethan and Max. We're going to keep them. We don't need Eze. They can have it. Go to Tottenham. And we're going to go out for Rodrygo. And Rodrygo goes to City. I'm sorry. Like, that's not going to be a good look. And I'll end here, right? I'll come to you next, actually, Cal, on this, because I think it's my link to Liverpool here. I've seen some players this window available, and Arsenal at the moment have only landed Gyökeres, right? Zubimendi don't really count because apparently we signed him last season, right? But he's a good player. But Florian Wirtz has gone in this window. That would have been a goosebump signing. Isak, I think, will end up going to Liverpool this season. That would have been a goosebump signing. I still think that there's another couple of goosebump signings potentially. Obviously, Rodrygo is one of them. If he doesn't come to Arsenal, and we lose out on Eze as well, who I wouldn't even say is a goosebump signing, but would be a good signing for Arsenal. I don't know where we go from here, if I'm honest with you, Cal.
Cal, can I just ask, what's this goosebump thing? It's a new thing.
Now, Arteta said it's a goosebump summer, didn't he?
Okay.
And it's not so far been one. That's my point. I don't know why people are laughing at that. That was true.
I'd be very surprised. So it's a tricky one. I'd be surprised if you don't get another attacking player, whether that's a 10 or a winger or someone who's a bit of a hybrid like an Eze. The Rodrygo one, I don't know what's going on with him, because I thought he was available. I don't know now if he is available. And if he's not available, then Liverpool, City, and Arsenal shouldn't even be just chasing for the sake of it, because he's a Real Madrid, a club that he loves already. So that's an entity in itself. In terms of Eze, I think we saw even on Sunday, he can do a very good job off the left. And I think he's a player that, in my opinion, if he wasn't captain, I think he could take Odegaard's place potentially in the starting 11 at Arsenal as well. I think it is a deal that would make sense. Again, I don't understand why you haven't just got it done. I know the release clause runs out, I think, is it this Friday or something like that, before the start of the season maybe, which maybe now leans into you don't want to pay the release clause, but you maybe want to go and pay around the same amount that he would cost, but structure the payments as opposed to one full payment, which again, I understand as well. Either way, you have to get someone else in. If you don't get someone else in, then it's Martinelli, Trossard and the boys again. And it hasn't been good enough for the last couple of seasons, given that Man City have strengthened, Liverpool have strengthened, Chelsea have strengthened. I think you could find yourselves in a bit of trouble this season. But I do think you'll get someone over the line. I just don't think it'll be Rodrygo. I don't know if anyone gets Rodrygo now. It doesn't seem like he really wants to leave Real Madrid.
Yeah.
If he does want to leave Real Madrid, though, I'll be honest, Dan, it's a 3-horse race, in my opinion. I think Liverpool do throw their hat in there again as well. And
I do as well. Yeah, I think the 3 teams go for him. And it really is then on the player. I mean, Manchester City sound confident because they're clearing out the decks to try and
if we get Rodrygo, it's going to be a
Liverpool get Rodrygo. It's just a joke. It's like start etching the name in now. But Lee, what are you telling me, bruv? Eze, I know you've been a fan of him for a while. To be fair, last couple of seasons you've said that you'd like him. Where do you think he's going, bro?
I think he should go to Spurs. I think he should. I think it makes it's the best move for him, to be honest. I think it makes all the sense in the world. He'll be the star man. I think he moves out Maddison. I think he's got more consistency than Maddison. I think he's a much better player than Maddison. But look, that's for Spurs fans to decide. But yeah, for me, I think if we don't get him, I think it always comes back to one person. Everybody likes to put a lot of pressure on the board. I think it comes back to the manager. The manager is a tyrant. He runs that club. So if he wants a player, if he doesn't want a player, it's down to him. I don't want to hear no nonsense about the board when the board are giving up money weekly, monthly on players. Listen, Rodrygo would be a fantastic signing, but I don't think that we need to get rid of players. I'm pretty sure we don't need to get rid of players. I think we've got money there, but yeah, listen, I just think the manager's the main issue here. The manager will always be the main issue here. And listen, Eze, I think if you saw what you saw yesterday, make the right decision, man, and go to Spurs. I think you've got much more creativity. You've got more trust from the manager, and I think you've just got a better manager, honestly speaking. So, yeah, man, I think Eze should make the right move and go to N17, not N5.
Great.
It's fine when they do it, but what do they say? It's fine when they do it, but crazy when I say it.
George. But George, what I would say though, I don't think the question wasn't for you and Sava. The question wasn't would he pick. Sorry, the question was would he pick Spurs over Arsenal, not which would be the better place for him to go.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree. Spurs would be the better place for his development, but I think would
it be fair to say that if let's play the hypothetical game that both clubs have a bid accepted, right? And he's got the option down. It's going to be down to what does he want as a footballer. At Spurs, I think Lee's right. He's going to be the poster boy. He's going to be our highest paid player probably. He'll probably pick up the 200k a week that Son's just left vacant. He's going to be the creative player. He's going to be taking free kicks. He's going to be taking corners. He's going to be doing all. He's going to be the man. Or does he want to go to Arsenal, who admittedly right now are a better football team than Spurs, have been challenging, but haven't got over the line. And I think you're going to have to ask that question. But I do know that he does want to come to Spurs if the deal can be done quickly. That's. I know somebody that knows his agent. I know that sounds all really wishy-washy. I promise you. And he will come to Spurs if Daniel Levy can get the deal done. And Spurs are about
I hate it. Feels like I'm always interrupting you. So I think it's more he wants to leave Crystal Palace than go to Spurs. And that's not a dig at Spurs. He does want to go to Spurs. Again, I'm talking from what I know, not what I believe. But look, I think it's semantics. Let's not do semantics. You're right.
Either way, we're bigger than Crystal Palace. You know what I mean? Arsenal are bigger than us. 100%. I think the key thing here is that all the reports from the best kind of Spurs people in the game and the Palace people right now are saying that a bid's about to be put on the table this afternoon for 58 plus 7 for Eze. That's what all of the reliable people are saying, 58 plus 7. So I think it will need another bid after that. I think it will end up probably being something like 60 plus 5 plus, I don't know, you know, that kind of thing. But there must be a reason Arsenal haven't got him yet. Like all summer, you've been buying players, haven't moved for him. And I think it was Ornstein, can't be 100% sure. One of the big reporters said it earlier in the week that Arsenal don't see it as a priority because it was going to be if Waneri left, then they were worried that they didn't have another number 10. But he was saying that Arsenal will see Waneri as somebody to develop into that role. I don't know. I'm not an
Listen,
Arsenal.
I can tell you almost 1,000% that Waneri, it was never about money. As I said, I tweeted it. I said, listen, everybody can see it. I know the family quite well. It's no sort of shameless plugs here. He just wanted to game time, and he is the backup for Odegaard, and that's just the facts of the matter. So he's not going to be playing right wing. He doesn't want to play right wing because he's not a right winger. Guess that's just the fact. So he is an internal solution, which I like. I mean, I'm not sitting here, saying he isn't a bad player. He's a fantastic 18-year-old. That's the problem. And he's not Lamau. You mean Lamau. So I think that's where we go a little bit sideways because we're in win now mode. And I think Eze is a win now player. But listen, for me, ultimately, I look at the squad and I think that we need a few players. But more importantly, we need a new manager. So we can talk about players till the cows come home. I know this is a Spurs section, but we can talk about players and all sorts. The new manager is the most vital cog in this whole thing. But as I said, I would not want any single player to ruin their career like Eze and come and sort of be second fiddle. Because again, I know people are going to argue, but I don't think he's better than Odegaard anyway. I really don't. I really don't think he is. He's not. And again, my only thing I'm going to say, right, Wolfie, right, is you don't rate Martinelli, neither do I. You don't rate Havertz, I do like Havertz. So I just want you to just always give that context, a little bit of context when you're talking about Odegaard, who's basically fighting fires with nobody up front who you don't believe is anywhere near the quality. Now, does he need to do more as a captain? Yeah. Does he sometimes falter? Yeah. But Eze, he only played well last season from January. So look, like
I agree with that.
I'm not here to bash one player and prop another player up. I'm genuinely saying, hand on my heart, that Odegaard is a much better player.
He's a better player.
A better player.
No, he is. And I feel like all the Arsenal fans that jumped on the Eze better than Odegaard. I think it's very early. Like Odegaard's he had a bad season, but that was it. Years prior to that, bad. He had a world-class season before that, and way better.
And who did he have in front of him in that world-class season?
He had Havertz, but again, that's besides the point.
Exactly. So he was still able to be good with in front of him.
With a proper striker, you see the better side of Odegaard. You get the Odegaard that comes out in that.
But he was good
where
Havertz
actually performed. Havertz had a really good year that first year. Nobody can deny that. So now that he has Gyökeres, his numbers will go up and he's going to look a lot better. And I don't even question that. I think he will or is at the moment better than Eze. Well, whether Eze proves that across a full season of performing, that's another question. But he has to perform for a full year. He's only.
Can't you say the same thing about Eze? If he had better players around him, it'd be even better.
Maybe, but we need to see that, innit?
Yeah, but that's why, like, the
We've
argument.
Seen Odegaard at that level. That's the point, though.
I do think Eze is a player that could potentially come in and take Odegaard's place in the team. I rate Eze that highly, but Odegaard's no scrub either. So I think he would be very good for Arsenal to have both players, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen.
It's frustrating. It must be frustrating for Arsenal fans because I think I was saying this to you, Hooks, wasn't I, the other day? I think you're 2 players away from having a nasty starting 11. You bring in an Eze and a Rodrygo. I only see like a weakness in your team, and I use the word loosely, is how will Lewis-Skelly perform at left back this season, and that would be it. And you can carry like Lewis-Skelly's very good, by the way. But I'm just saying that would be the weakest point of your team for me.
I don't think he'll play
and the manager.
Of course, the manager. I'm 100% with you. This manager should have been gone years ago. But it must be so frustrating that football fans can see what's wrong with Arsenal. Football fans can see what it would take for Arsenal to do it. Yet, be it your manager or your board or whoever, they're just not getting you over that final finishing line to really give you the best chance to win the league.
It can't be the board when they're offering up money.
It's an arrogance from the manager, Wolfie. There's a clear arrogance from the manager. I can see it from an outsider. So again, I don't know how Arsenal fans do it. I've been pulling my hair out.
It's definitely not the board. It categorically can't be the board when the board are giving money constantly, season in, season out. You can't tell me that a board that spent £1 billion in 5 years. Yes, okay, fine. It's not the most money spent. Yes, we've had to do a rebuild, another rebuild on top of that. I understand why, and it makes sense to me. So the money thing, I'm not sitting here saying that it's an issue. But when you spend £1 billion, you expect more, and the manager has constantly faltered with that money, season in, season out, and to the point where I'm actually, as I said, listen, people know I'm disgusted. We spent 48 million plus £2 million, £4 million, I believe it was, extra on add-ons for Madueke when you could have got Kudos, for £55 million. It makes no sense to me. So listen, man, as I said, I'm sick of this guy. And listen, there's more reasons why I kind of have an indifferent opinion about Arsenal off the field as well, but on the pitch, it's all down to that manager. And the longer he stays, the more hellhole, the more the perishment, and the more laughs I get. Actually, I find it quite funny when Arsenal meltdown.
Lee, where do you think Arsenal finish?
Oh, I got you, Lee, bro. I got you, bro.
I mean, if it was down to me, I would hope they get relegated, in my opinion. But I would take I think Arsenal will finish. I think Arsenal will finish third or fourth. I would like it to be fourth.
I got you, Lee, brother. We'll speak offline. I got you, bro.
He's gonna whip out that spare shirt as he go.
No, man.
I know. You know, Cal's just got like a stack of spare shirts, just waiting to hand out. He's on commission, Jordan. He's on commission. He's waiting, you guys. He's waiting, man. Like he's ready.
I don't know.
Just quickly, as a panel, I don't mind who comes in. What were people's thoughts on the Tony Adams thing, man? Because I think it's mad what I've seen. Like the amount of Arsenal fans that are going in on Tony Adams.
I've not seen it, Dan. Sorry, I've not.
Have you not?
No, genuinely, I haven't seen it.
I've heard some clips, but give us the full context.
Okay, I won't show the whole clip because it's a few minutes long, but basically he's on stage doing an audience with, and they said, what's your thoughts on Mikel Arteta? And he went, and everyone started laughing, right? So that was the first thing he did. So he's clearly not set on him, not sure on him yet, which I don't think is disrespectful. I think that's fair. I think there's a lot of fans that like that, right? And then he said, what Mikel Arteta's got to do is he's got to strip the captaincy of Odegaard and give it to Declan Rice. Declan Rice is the captain. Declan Rice is the leader. I don't know someone's ringing, doorbell or something going on. But for me, I think that was where fans got confused. They were like, that's disgraceful. That's disgusting. It's so close to a big season. Why is he talking negatively on the decision-making of Arteta making Odegaard the captain? He said, it's been 5 years now and it's time to deliver. And Arsenal fans are losing their heads, calling him a drunken old fool, saying that he's not, he's bitter that he's not a manager, and Arteta is. Is actually quite scary. There's a section of our fan base that I think are totally...
You know what kind of... I bet anyone that's a certain type of fan that ain't in England.
It's let's not go there, man. Let's not go there. Please not go there. Please not go there. Okay, go on, Joe.
It's an age thing. It has to be. Because Tony Adams can speak on all them matters that you've just mentioned. Because he's captain, was captain, and won things as captain. So I wouldn't ever disrespect like a legend like that at my football club, but it can only be an age thing. They probably don't even know who he is. You know what I mean? That's the only explanation I can have.
No, maybe Joe's got a point. Joe's got a point. Like, all right, so even though I agree with what you're saying, Joe, I do think legends can be wrong because, like, Souness was obviously a Liverpool legend. I disagree.
But they can speak on it, though, Cal.
Yeah, no, and that's what I was going to say. Like, I don't think he said anything disrespectful. I don't think he said anything rude or derogatory. He just gave his opinion. And again, nowadays, you give your opinion, it opens up a can of worms. So, it is a fact. There's a section of every single fan base that's like this. So it's not even just an Arsenal thing. It happens in every fan base. It's just, obviously, it's going to be magnified because Arsenal are a big club.
What part of the fan base? Normally,
the lead part.
Which part of the fan base? It's normally
not you. It's not you. You're good.
Didn't they do this parts with Henri about 4 or 5 months ago?
Yeah.
Henri
was on the overlap,
fan base, right?
and he said that Arsenal are building and they're building and they're building, but how tall has it got to be before we win something? That's what Thierry Henry said on the overlap, and everyone lost their heads. This is an absolute disgrace. He's no longer a legend. Bearing in mind, Thierry Henry and Tony Adams have got statues outside our stadium, and Mikel Arteta has got a dog called Win. Let's just actually put this into perspective here, right? These two are proper legends. This guy is not, yeah, and people are now supporting Arteta over Arsenal. This is my brutal opinion. There is a section of the fan base that are Arteta fans, not Arsenal fans. So when Tony Adams dare questions the decision of putting Odegaard as captain, or dare says it's taken him 5 years, or Thierry Henry dare says how big's that building when you're going to win, these people are all scumbags. But Arteta, give him another 5 years. He's the best manager we've ever had. I just don't get it. I just don't understand it at all. And there is a large section of that fans. I tweeted it, or X, whatever you want to call, and I had some going, yeah, spot on, Potts, yeah, spot on, totally agree with him. Yeah, good to see Tony Adams. Good to see our legends coming up. Majority older generation fans. Then you get some who are either unknown on X by, they don't even put their name on there, or they just have a cartoon, all saying, what a scumbag, what a drunken old fool, get him out of the club. He's just supposed to be a legend. So I don't really understand where these section of the fan base come from, if I'm honest with you. But I just thought I'd ask.
I think you hit the nail on the head. Like me and Hooks did a show on his channel the other day. I said the same thing with Hooks. I was like, I do not get what this manager's done that just has a section of the fan base in the palm of his hand. Like, I don't understand it.
Yeah, it's like...
They can't differentiate between Arteta bringing Arsenal back from the doldrums and just not winning, because, as I said, they're just, as Dad said, so they're just young, or they just 100%. They just don't get it. Because listen, people are going to get on my case. They just don't get it because they're just from a certain part of the world. That's it.
Do you know what though? Lee's got a great point with the.
It's true.
Nah, but he's got a great point with the age thing, because obviously some Arsenal fans have grown up and not seen success. So obviously for them to get close to it now, it's like, no, this guy's taken us from nothing to this. So
see, I think it's more so a generation issue than where someone's from.
Like an age thing. Yeah.
Because if like, it's like the fear of the unknown, isn't it? Because if you only really know Arteta at Arsenal and you've seen him progress year on year, like, it's like, what happens if he goes? Like, do we go back to how I remember it being at the start? Like, it's naivety, innit? But it's what happens when you haven't really supported your team for that long. I think that can be applied to like anyone's team. You haven't supported your team for that long. You haven't seen the great days. You don't know what it means. So that's why I always say go back and research and watch old videos and matches and interviews and try and understand the club a bit more. Because me personally, the Tony Adams one to me is mad. But like you have to be quite old or on the older side to like have like a deep-rooted connection with Tony Adams as an Arsenal fan. The Henry one is crazy to me because that weren't even that long ago. You know what I mean? To me, like for you to be bad-mouthing Henry as an Arsenal fan, I don't classify you as an Arsenal fan.
Hooks, I've got to disagree. I don't think it's an age thing though, Hooks, because again, maybe I'm just speaking about Liverpool, but bro, I never watched Kenny Dalglish play, but we've got a connection to Kenny Dalglish. We've got a connection. John Barnes, I barely saw John Barnes.
You should know your history, shouldn't you, Carl?
That's what I'm saying. You know your history. So it's not an age thing, Hooks. I think it's just there's a section of the Arsenal fan base that Arteta can do no wrong. And if you question anything Arteta does, hell breaks loose. I'll be honest with you, it happened with Klopp. Like we had a section of the fan base that if you even question Klopp, it's flamethrowers and everything. And
but that's different though, Carl, because Klopp had actually achieved unbelievable things.
I hear it, Dan. I hear it, but like in the sense of you still, even if someone achieves
tribalism,
you should still be able to question because they're still human beings, right? So like, Klopp's got way more leeway than Arteta will ever have. But there was points where you could question Klopp and go, look, Klopp's not doing something right here. But like, the fan base would go crazy. Arteta's doing very little right over a long period of time now, and he's adored more than what I saw Wenger adored, if I'm going to be honest, from the outside looking in. And he hasn't got anything that suggests like he should have that love and adoration. I just don't get it.
Cal, what it is, Cal,
I love it, but I don't get it.
There's this perception that if you don't back every single thing your club is doing, you are not a supporter of
You're
that
a bad
club.
fan. Yeah.
That's the new thing now, isn't it? Like that's probably been around for what 5-6 years or something like that. If you dare to question a bad performance, or you say someone had a shit performance, or question the manager's philosophy and all this, you are not a fan of that club. That's the problem with it. If you question anything, you're not yet. Your best interests are in talking about what is going to make that club better. And there is, for me, in the Arsenal fan base, there is 100% a generational thing. Like with us, for example, like the European Cups, I'm not born for. I didn't see them. You rewatch them. You speak to the people who were there. You see the glint in their eye when they talk about it and everything like that. And that brings you close to their memories because they're sharing it with you. That brings you closer to your club as well. I don't know if the Arsenal fan base has that within them. That's the thing. There's definitely a generational thing with the Arsenal fan base. More younger ones are
all the Arsenal fans I speak to, apart from a handful, are all like they're either Arteta out or they're on the brink of being Arteta out. They are, but again, I don't think they outnumber the Arteta.
But they're scared to speak up. The other thing, Cal,
they're not.
No, Cal, there is that. If you speak to them, if you speak to them individually, I'm not talking like hooks and stuff. I'm talking on a level. They will have that conversation with you that Arteta maybe isn't the person. But if you were to put them on a forum like this where they can be exposed for their thoughts, there is a fear of speaking out. Or if they put something on Instagram or Twitter or whatever, then they get attacked.
I don't think there's a fear. I just think they're outnumbered by the people who believe in Arteta. I don't think there's a fear there. I just think they are genuinely outnumbered.
Arteta, bro. Like seriously, how?
No, I don't get it. I don't get it, but it's a thing. It is a thing.
No, it is a thing, and this is the last year. I think the fan base, no matter whether you're a massive lover, massive hater, or just in the middle, I think everyone knows this is the last year, man. But look, I haven't got long, so I'm gonna do some quick fire stuff before we do close, and then do some super chats and get out of here. Joe, me and Sava said that Dominic Calvert-Lewin was linked with you, and you poo-pooed it and laughed it, mate. Looks like you might be getting him, my bro.
Yeah, he is. He's probably be announced today. Yeah, man. As long as he's fit, I think 20. I think he makes World Cup squad as long as he's fit. That's what I'm going to say now. So, do you know
Joe, can you remind everyone the two players you said no to from the thousands I've asked you?
One of them was Dominic Calvert-Lewin. It was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was Adama Traore.
Adama Traore as well. Yeah, but listen, at the end of the day, if he's fit, he knows where the back of the net is. He's a good striker. It's just his fitness. Can't get away from the fact we all saw what he did under Ancelotti. So let's hope he can do something similar under Farker.
No, I don't want to get on to Joe, but I can tell in his face it's a lot of copium. There's a lot of copium. When he said he's a good striker, I was already like, whoa, hey.
Is he not?
He's a better model than he is striker. Let's have that right at first. He can run down the runway, and then he can run down the wing. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, listen, it is what it is.
Joe, come on, mate. The guys in Gildermore and Cheapside, mate, in Leeds, mate, they ain't gonna be happy with that signing, mate. So let's be serious, man. Let's be serious.
He scores goals.
He's absolutely
start with that, Joe. Don't worry about the goals. Get him on the pitch.
He look. You know what? He looks like he's from Leeds anyway, with that farmer's look that he's got. You know what I'm saying? Like he looks
farmer's look.
He's got that farmer's look, mate.
He's from Yorkshire, though. He's from Sheffield.
Yorkshire. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No.
He's from Yorkshire.
Joe, a lot of people doing Premier League predictions. I'm seeing Leeds in a position you wouldn't want them to be. Well, I've put a couple of people safe, but some people have put them going down.
But you know what I would say to them, Potsy? I would say to them, name me 5 players, and none of them can. So how can they chat on it?
It's a great point.
If I said to any one of them, most, and said, right, name me 5 Leeds players, none of them could.
I bet they could name his handbags that he's got, though, isn't it?
Is that true what they said in the chat? That bra thing? Is that true? I thought that was AI generated.
What was it?
He's wearing bra and pants.
No, is he fuck, man?
He's been pictured in like a crop top and a skirt.
I thought it was AI generated.
No, he has. He's been modeling shoots in a crop top and a skirt. That's real. That is.
He likes to.
That's for like a big magazine. That was front page.
Yeah, he's got the school skirt and that. I've seen it. Yeah.
Does anyone think?
Why do you think he's not? It's not YSL. It's DCO.
Does anyone think Leeds will stay up? Genuinely, does anyone think Leeds will stay up? Okay.
I do. I've got West Ham, Brentford, and Burnley to go down. Personally.
Love that.
Yeah, no,
okay. Can I ask you a question though? Right, here's a question for you. Who would you rather up top? Yeah, Armando Broja, Mark Gui, or Dominic Calvert-Lewin?
Broja.
If they're all fit,
Broja's dead. I'd go Broja.
Richarlison.
Broja scored 4 goals in about fucking 4 seasons.
All right, sorry, I'll take Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Thank you very much.
If they're all fit, I actually would take Calvert-Lewin if they're all fit.
Yes,
he's never fit, is he? So, but yeah, if he's fit, I'd take him 100%. Look, Joe, I've done my predictions, and I've kind of, because of my love for you and Leeds, I've put you in 17th.
Thank you, bro.
But I'm kind of conflicted by it. Do you know what?
Because of Calvert-Lewin, though.
No, nothing to do with Calvert-Lewin. I didn't even know you'd signed him when I did my predictions. But Sunderland,
Potsy had you rock bottom until you signed Calvert-Lewin and then moved you up 4 places.
Now you're safe, mate. Now you're safe. You know, Sean Longstaff and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, it did it for me. I thought that's enough.
But they have experience, man. That's what it's about. That's what we need.
Joey, you still getting conference?
Personally, Brentford, I think, have lost too many players in Thomas Frank. I don't think they're going to be safe. I think Burnley will go down with Scott Parker. And I have put Sunderland, which everyone kind of shuddered at. But I just think when you sign that many players, I don't know it's going to gel as quickly as what people think. But I could be wrong. I don't
know if you guys see that. Xhaka's been announced captain.
Yeah, Xhaka is captain. So he'll throw his shirt off an armband off soon. So they'll go down.
Does he know the players' names yet? Did you see his little Q&A thing?
Yeah. Jeez.
We start by beating Everton on Monday night. Then we need 9 more wins. That's all I'm counting down.
If you lose to Everton, are you doing a head loss?
No, it's one game, mate.
I think you might lose to Everton, though. Everton are my tip for a good season. I know you said, have you seen them in pre-season, Joe? But I look at their signings: Kiernan Dewsbury Hall, Jack Grealish.
Good signings.
Obviously, they're linked with Tyler Diblin. They've obviously got Tierno Barry. They've got a good defence and always have. And David
Braithwaite's just got injured, don't he? Braithwaite's just got injured.
Has he?
Again, you know, I fancy them. But let's come to Wolfie, because I've got the same question for you, bro. I'm looking at people's predictions, and no one's got Forest anywhere near where you want them, mate. Are you worried? I know you want them in Europe again, but I've got you in the top half. So I don't know if that's harsh or not reality for you. I've not been impressed.
At least we have a goal scorer in our lineup. Have you scored any goals in pre-season, mate? Maybe you could do with Calvert-Lewin.
I just defended you, bro. Are you coming at me? Fuck you. I'm deleting my predictions video. I'm putting you bottom now, man. I put you 15th. 17th, man. I put you 15th.
Ever since Mr. Big Mac said they always win, they've scored 1 goal in 7 games? I don't know. It doesn't seem like you always win, Wolfie. You haven't won a game since then. So
did you win your cup match? Oh, no, you didn't. Okay, hold that.
1 goal in 7 games.
I swear to God,
didn't you tell us you signed Brazil's number 9? Where has it been?
Correct.
You know what, Wolfie? Funny enough, I was on TikTok this morning and I saw your algorithm for your club came up, and everybody in your team predicted Wood up front to be like the FPL person for their team. So I think a lot of your squad actually rate him and think that he's going to be a guy to come in and do some business. So that Brazilian guy you bought, I don't know if he's going to be, what you make him out to be. So,
I don't really care, bro, because we're about to get Kulamu.
Kalamundo.
Who are you getting?
Kalamundo.
Thank you. That's what we're getting.
Should have left him.
I was doing my live today. I was pronouncing his name, right? And my chat were doing it phonetically. They're like, no, there's a moo in the middle, right? It's like I just had moos in my chat. Confused me completely, right? But anyway, we're getting an easy baller.
Like, are you not concerned regarding? Because I saw your tweet regarding Cho as well. Could potentially be on the way out. Are you not concerned that
you're signing a new contract, bro?
Well, you said it was your tweet, bro. I don't know. You said, Cho may be on the way. Sorry, I don't have your post notifications on, Wolfie. I'm sorry.
You should come to these podcasts prepared, bro.
No, I was just going to ask, you're not concerned by having too many new faces in the attack, especially the attack that got you into Europe?
We're the club that signed 30 players in one season, so this is like nothing, man. What, 5 to 7 players? That's like they've been there years.
Wait,
I'm actually more
under Nuno.
Under Nuno?
Did you sign those 30 players under Nuno?
Nah, that was under Cooper, man. That was under Cooper.
Oh yes, yeah. Sorry, apologies. Yes.
Yeah. Now I'm upbeat this week, man. We're linking to some good players. Looks like they're coming in. I'm sticking to my prediction.
Simicast as well, right? Simicast as well.
Yeah,
What
we'll
was your
talk
prediction,
numbers.
Wolfie?
We'll talk numbers, Cal. We'll talk numbers. Huh?
What was your prediction? Where did you say?
6th.
6
For Forest.
From top.
Wolfie,
From
man.
top.
Wolfie, come on.
Yeah, when I said 8th, everyone laughed. When I said Liverpool would win the league, everyone laughed. Guess which YouTuber
6?
won? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Aye.
6.
So who are you finishing above? Are you finishing above Man United?
Yep.
Above Spurs?
Yep.
Who are the 5 teams, Wolfie, ahead of you? Who are
Wait,
the 5
hold
ahead
on.
of
You're
you?
finishing.
I
hold
got
on.
Villa
After yesterday, you're saying you're finishing above Tottenham. I can understand Man United because you might whatever, but above Tottenham after that resolute performance, after they didn't have what Udogie on the pitch, they didn't have Maddison, they didn't have.
Oh,
Kulu.
Spencer's better than him.
Wow.
Okay, no, but it's another. I'm
Spence
just
was man
saying,
of the match for Spurs yesterday.
They had 7 players not in their squad, right? And Solanke didn't start, I believe. He didn't start, did he? No, he didn't. Solanke didn't start. Udogie, they didn't start. What's his name? Kulu,
Kulusevski.
Yeah, and you still.
What's the point you're making? What's the point you're making, Lee?
I'm saying that they've got 6 or 7 players out, and they put up a great performance against.
Well, I want to know, Lee. I want to know who the 5 teams are that are finishing above Forest.
Villa and the Big 4.
You're going to finish above Newcastle.
Yeah, I think Newcastle's.
So you're finishing above Spurs, Newcastle, and Man United.
Wait. Just have it. You said Newcastle 7, so you've got Man United and Spurs. Where exactly?
I can't remember. I think I had you guys like 8th and 9th and 10th. Something
Will
like
that change if we get Eze and Savio in?
Yes.
If we get Eze and Savio, are we finishing above you?
I'll put you 12th.
What? Wait.
I'm joking. I'd probably put you, if you get Eze in, I'll put you like 7th.
Sorry, so if we get Eze, we're still finishing below Forest.
You're still Spurs.
Come on, Wolfie.
It's not why I asked.
Come on.
It's not why I asked. So
Look,
if
my
we get
video's
Eze and
out there.
Savio,
I haven't memorized the positions. You're more than welcome to go watch over on Forest Fan TV, right? You've already made me give loads of spoilers on it. Cheers, Potts.
I'm gonna watch it.
It's all there. It's all there.
You keep saying this, you're still Spurs, but who had the bigger bottle in this last season? You or them?
We did.
So how can you say you're still Spurs when you had a bigger bottle in than them? So by default, you should finish below them. Hooks, you're mute, bro. You're mute.
Wait, but if you had a bigger bottle the season before when you bottled, or 2 years before when you bottled the title from 8 points, did you finish ahead of them?
Yes, because we're a better team than them.
Bottling is all relatively. What are you talking about?
No,
Lee, do you know what I like about this, Lee, right? When he's talking about it's still Spurs, do you know in the last 30 years, they finished above us once, but he's going, it's still Spurs. They finished above us once in 30 years.
Yeah.
Last season, the only time in 30 seasons.
And you finished 17th.
Wolfie, you're moving.
Yeah, I know. And you told me I should keep that.
We can reassess this time next year. I'll ask for my apologies then.
All I'll say,
look.
Leaving Forest moving up 1 place is crazy predictions.
Make sure that
Wolfie, put it in the chat. I'll put it in the private chat. I'm gonna watch it. now.
Make sure the Simicast money's right, or else I'm not even gonna give the offer to the owners, bro. So make sure
he's coming as a backup.
Okay.
Man. We don't need to move.
Let me do these super chats because I've got to get out of here, and I know Joe's got a show as well. Dominic says, "How are Arsenal fans laughing at Spurs when you haven't won anything in 6 years? When Spurs have won a trophy recently, fine shame. It's so funny. We would always laugh at Tottenham because they would do exactly the same for us.
Fine shame.
We would always do that. Way, he says, as Lawless has given his season card up, he'll have a lot of spare time to host Beat the Drop. You know what? Maybe I should do another show called Beat the Drop and bring Lawless back.
Yeah. That's my
Make sure Wolfie's a part of that show.
Yeah, bring it back, man. Let's do it. Beat the Drop.
I can host
Is
it for
everyone
you,
on the
Joe.
panel hoping that Nottingham Forest are in that relegation battle? Like, it's everybody.
I want to see it.
I think the panel's just hoping I'm in that relegation.
I know everyone hates Wolfie, but I actually like Forest. So, you know.
I used to like them, Dan.
I used to like them. There you go. Leopardry says, talk an Aussie about Harry Kewell in the 90s, Joe. To be fair, Harry Kewell, how unbelievable was Harry Kewell?
We don't speak on his name, man. He's a Judas. Can't stand the man.
Well, there we go. I liked this
Well, he
because
went to
you
that
can
team
take
in
it
Turkey,
goodly.
didn't he? So no, I will not speak on him.
You
What
won't
about
speak.
Smith?
okay,
What about
yes,
Smith?
right.
Adam Smith.
Alan.
Alan Smith, sorry, Alan Smith.
Alan Smith, yeah.
Alan Smith, you mean Alan Smith? Wolfie, you better not give England bad reputation in the Europa League, especially with the format of the Champions League teams not dropping down, because we need to prove the world that the Premier League has a far stronger mid-table than other leagues.
Don't worry, Forrest has got the best win percentage in European football.
So we won that. We won that. So you have to win it for your
You have to,
stars.
man.
You've told
You have
everyone the stars. You've got to win it.
Yeah,
this
and I told you, Europa's beneath me. So if we win it, we win it. If we don't, cool.
Europa's beneath me. Oh my gosh.
Well, there we go. NS says maybe Eze rejected waiting for Arsenal. That's what we hope for. As an Arsenal fan, we win this league. Oh, I don't know. I think we need more than that at the moment. I'm bored of transfer sagas. The Premier League is back finally. Do you know what? I'm actually the same, to be fair. According to Craig Hope, Isak is officially on strike. Is this breaking news? Does this change anything compared to the last 2 weeks? He's coming to Liverpool, man. And Cal knows it as well, man.
We nearly won a whole
Cal
stream
knows it.
without saying the I word, man. Nearly, man.
There we go. Funny how both sides say they're part of the cults. Well, it does sound like there's a bit of a cult, if I'm honest. And they said, I blame Robbie with his average ratings of 7 after every bad performance Arsenal encounter. Do you know what? Robbie needs to sort his player ratings out, man. He really does.
Yeah, he does.
The Arsenal fan base should learn about the history of Arsenal. I'm 28, and does the fan base know about Bertie Mee, who won us our first double? Not many, to be honest, unfortunately. Yeah, DCL stuff. I'm not going to read that out, but yeah, that was mad, to be fair. As an Arsenal fan for 30 years, living in America, having an Arsenal fan claim we don't get it because we don't live in London. It's just ignorant and disappointing to hear. We must win something. Well, we have to win a trophy, absolutely. Okay, Liverpool fan says, you guys finish in the top 4. Arteta's going nowhere. There's a reason for making him the top paid manager. Good to see Fenway. Yeah, I've got to be honest. And this one comes from Tom. Says, I've never seen anyone have chest like George's when his team's a global meme. Won a trophy the first year, no Champions League teams dropped down, and beat 15th place United in the final. It's just shameless. The guy is Spursy. Oh, man.
I didn't know winning a trophy was shameless. I didn't know winning trophies was shameless now, but hey.
Being proud of the losers is as well.
Well, listen, we got to get out of here. I'm going to redirect you to Joe. Joe's going to go live now, so make sure you stay tuned. We've got 2.3K in here still, so I expect to see you all over there showing Joe.
Yeah, you better do.
So make sure you all go over there.
You got super chat. You got super chat.
This super chat, Cal says free Isak. And in prison, Cal. Love that, man. Big up for
Can I ask a quick question?
Everyone. Go on, Sava.
How much money is Joe going to be going down the bookies and putting on Dominic Calvert-Lewin to be the Premier League top goal scorer this season?
That's not the right question.
I'm going to put Jayden Bogle and Dominic Calvert-Lewin both to get England call-ups after this season.
And by the way, Sam, before you come at me for my 6th prediction, ask Joe where he thinks Leeds finish.
Joe,
Yeah, he tried to get away with it. He tried to get away with it.
Has anyone seen the Callum Wilson's? He's got this. If he plays a game, he gets like a 95 million.
Yeah,
95
pay as you play or whatever.
So is it the truth? Is it the same thing for Dominic Calvert-Lewin? If he scores a goal and plays, he gets a handbag.
I'm in a rush.
Game against Arsenal at the Emirates. I'm coming for you.
I'll see you there.
I've got to get out of here. Big up for all your super chats. Big up for all your commitments and all your comments, all your interactions. Make sure you're following Durag Diaries, people. Make sure you're following Coppish. Make sure you're following Guna Lee. Make sure you're following Just Joe, Football Heritage TV, Forest Fan TV as well. And make sure you hit like and subscribe on this one. Match Bingo, QR codes on screen. Make sure you download it ready for the season. And yeah, football is back, people. We'll see you over on Joe's stream. Take it easy. We're out of here.